What's going on YouTube? Another knife review here for you. Today we're looking at the Benchmade 586 Mini Barrage. This is a variation of the Benchmade 585 Mini Barrage. That one has plastic valox handles, full plastic with metal liners, steel liners. It's got the standard 154 cm that Benchmade commonly uses on their knives. This one is an axis assist knife, meaning that it's got the axis lock, and then inside here it has a mechanism on the blade as well as the pivot for a coil spring, a very high tension coil spring in this knife. So if you guys followed my channel way back when on the SOG Trident, that absolute piece of crap knife, that one had a very thin, very weak coil spring in there. You know, after I was cleaning it up for my friend and putting it back together, you know, it's such a weak spring. This one is, you know, a very thick, very strong spring, and so yeah, I figured out how to put the spring back in. When I bought this one, it was taken out, and there's a video. I don't know the guy right now. I don't know the name of his channel, but it was very helpful. But I think you can just look up, you know, Benchmade spring replacement or something, and it's in there. But basically, all you need to do is put that spring in there. You need to take the thumb studs off after you reset the liners with the axis spring in there. So before you put the scales on, you take the thumb studs off, you pull it all the way back to where it exceeds, you know, where it would normally stop. You know, because these thumb studs aren't here, it will pull all the way back, and then it will reset that spring into its housing, so you can get that spring back in and make sure that it works perfectly and that it locks in place. Without it being set in the housing, this will not lock in place. Yeah, so just one little quick thing about this knife. A little bit of history. The Mini Barrage, this is a Warren Osborne design, famous for his, you know, the 940, for the obviously the 580 and the 585, and then the Contigo that I have, the 810 Contigo, is also an Osborne design, as well as the 950 Rift. So Osborne definitely has a lot of designs in the Benchmade line, and you know, all pretty good looking. The Rift was one of my favorite Benchmades as I was getting into knives. But anyway, and also the 585 was actually the first higher end knife that I got into, and it really started to get me more and more into knives. You know, I got the Tenacious. It was my first knife, and the Benchmade 890 Torrent, the nitrous assist lock, or nitrous assist knife. It's the Ken Steigerwalt collaboration, and this one, you know, were my first two Benchmades that I owned. So this one, when it popped up on the forums at a really good price, I couldn't resist, because this one features m390 steel. So that really turned me on, and the fact that it wasn't valox handles anymore, but now aluminum bolsters and full G10 milled out, I was really just turned on to this knife. So really brought back good memories of my old 585, and this one is perfect. It flicks out like, you know, like no other. Granted, you can, you know, flick out a lot of these Benchmades once it's smooth. This one, you know, is not assisted or anything, but it flicks out really well. So this is the 755 Pocket Rocket, Mini Pocket Rocket. Consequently, I really want the larger version that they just came out with, but so expensive. I brought this one out right here. You know, obviously the Microtech Ultratech, because it is an auto mechanism, and You know, you see the speed right there. Obviously, closing is very fast, and deployment is very fast. But when you compare it to this one, I mean, not much slower at all. You know, so and, you know, in ways of size comparison, even this runt, this ProTech runt, you know, this one also has a very strong spring in it, so this one fires out pretty nicely, but obviously very small when you're talking about a size comparison to any of these knives, but even the 585. This is a 2.9 inch blade, 2.91 to be exact. Weighs in at just under 4 ounces at 3.87 ounces. So a very, I mean, it's compact knife, and 3.87 ounces, you know, for this size it's hefty enough, you know, but it's light enough as well. I'm not a weight stickler, so I don't really care either way. It's, to me, it's comfortable when I carried it. It's comfortable in using it. M390 is going to last forever, and it's a, you know, very nicely ground blade. Nice look with the swedge here. It's a little bit different from the 585 grind that you get on that one. So this being, I don't think it's a sprint, so I think they still offer this one out there, but whether this will always be offered, I'm not sure. But again, this is the blade stock is 0.1 inches, so a tenth of an inch is somewhat thin, thinner than I would like. You know, especially say comparing to the mini pocket rocket here. I mean, this thing's a beast. Not sure what the exact measurement on this stock is, but definitely I think it's like 0.16 or 0.17 compared to this 0.1. So definitely not one that you would pry with, but definitely very capable as a normal EDC user, slicer, and things like that. So slice through boxes just fine. It's thin, but it's also short and stout. So yeah. So overall, I think that this is a quality knife. I think in 2010 or 2000, no, actually maybe it was longer than that. The Mini Barrage was actually Knife of the Year at Blade Show. So not this particular model, but the 585. So, but yeah, overall, this is a fantastic knife. If you get the chance to get this one, especially in the M390 and the better materials, again, aluminum bolsters and G10, I think this is a quality knife to get for an EDC as a production user. Yeah, so yeah, I carry this one every now and then. Definitely, again, very comfortable in pockets, very easy for deployment. I did take out the safety here, so never have any issues with accidentally, you know, pushing that or locking it so it can open. The detent from the axis lock works perfectly. It's not going to come out or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty hard on this. If you pull on the axis lock and then pull it out, then it'll open up quite easily. So that's another way of, you know, deploying the knife if you want to do that. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's the Benchmade 586 Mini Barrage with M390. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid. Take care. Bye.